This JK Adventure video will cover the installation of Clayton's heavy-duty crossmember and their transfer case and oil pan skid plates. These parts will be installed on this 2008 Jeep Wrangler JK. Here are the CAD drawings of the crossmember and the skid plates. As you can see, they are very heavy-duty parts. The crossmember is made from 3/16 steel and the skid plates are made from 1/4-inch steel. This skid plate system can only be installed on the Clayton crossmember, but the crossmember can be used with the stock skid plate system. Once your stock skid plates are removed, the first step in removing the stock crossmember is to jack up the transfer case to remove the pressure off the crossmember. Next, remove the nuts through the holes in the crossmember. The 2 bolts connecting the crossmember to the frame at each end can now be removed. It is now pretty simple to remove the stock crossmember without too much effort. As you can see here, the stock crossmember was in dire need of replacement, and the Clayton unit is much stronger. Installing the Clayton crossmember is a reversal of the previous steps. The new crossmember is slid into place. The screwdriver shown here is holding the gas tank skid out of the way. Once the crossmember is in place, loosely install the nuts through the holes in the unit. We used a jack to raise the crossmember up to the appropriate level so that the bolts would slide right into the mounting holes at the end of the crossmember. Once all the bolts are installed, everything can be torqued down to the appropriate level. I opted to keep the stock and aftermarket gas tank skids in place and used the jack to hold them flush against the Clayton crossmember to get the bolts started. We reinstalled the stock skid plates to illustrate the fact that the Clayton crossmember could be used with them. Here are a few shots of the stock skid plates installed with the Clayton heavy-duty crossmember. As you can see here, there is a huge difference between the stock skid plates and the heavy-duty Clayton pieces, and this is just one of the skid plates. With the jack holding the Clayton transfer case skid in place, we began with the installation of the bolts which thread into the frame, and then moved on to the countersunk bolts which install in the crossmember. I was also able to bolt the 2 layers of gas tank skid over the Clayton skid plate. This skid plate also has a hole through which the stock gas tank skid plate bolt gets utilized. The installation of the oil pan skid is just as simple. The support arms here are installed between the skid plate and the motor mounts. Only install them hand tight until the plate is lined up with and bolted to the crossmember. As you can see, there is a plate which can be removed to gain access to the oil drain plug. As with the transfer case skid plate, countersunk bolts attach the skid plate to the crossmember. As you can see, there are several places where the skid plates attach to the crossmember, hence the inability to use the stock crossmember with this skid plate system. Despite some pretty good abuse on the John Bull Trail in Big Bear, California, this system is holding up great. Excellent job, Clayton. Stay tuned to JK Adventure for updates on this installation and other helpful installation videos. Thanks for watching.